Hello everyone, in this video we'll study the chapter 4 of class 4th EVS, that is the story of Amrita. Now Amrita is an inspiration for many of us because she and her daughters sacrificed their lives for the protection of trees, for the protection of our mother nature. Now this is a very old story of Khejadi village which is near Jodhpur in Rajasthan. This village worships nature and that's why it's still so beautiful because they know how to respect nature and how to keep it clean. Amrita had a daily routine to get up and greet her friends. Now by friends she meant the trees around her and she was in love with them. And then we'll read a story when one day the trees were attacked and Amrita sacrificed her life to save the trees and the king appreciated it. From now till today, this village is protected by all the nature and as the nature is protected by the people here. So let us begin with the chapter now.
Let us start with the chapter now. This is a true story from long, long ago, almost 300 years ago. In a village called Khejadli lived Amrita. Khejadli village is near Jodhpur in Rajasthan. The village got its name because of the many khejdi trees that grow there. The people of this village took great care of the plants, trees, and animals. Goats, deer, hares, and peacocks roamed fearlessly there. The people of the village remembered what their elders used to tell them. They used to say, अगर पेड़ हैं तो हम हैं. Plants and animals can survive without us, but we cannot survive without them. So basically, this is the introduction of the chapter, and we can get an idea about what the chapter is all about. So basically, this is a true story about many years ago, almost 300 ago. There was a village called Khejadli, where and in that village lived Rita. Now this village is located near Jodhpur in Rajasthan. So now obviously Khejadli is a very different name. So we now know that this name is because of the many Khejadi trees that grow in that particular village. Now the people of this village took great care of the plants, trees as well as animals. Basically they took good care of nature. Now goats, deer and all other animals roamed fearlessly there because these people respected them. They always remembered what the elders used to say. The elders used to say that agar पेड़ हैं तो हम हैं, which means that obviously nature can survive without us, but we cannot survive without nature. That is, plants and animals can survive without us, but we cannot survive without them. So basically, we need to take good care of our nature, plants as well as animals because they can survive without us, but we cannot survive without them. So this is a story. Obviously, we will be reading about nature, its protection and its importance, and with the context of the village Khejadli in Jodhpur, Rajasthan, and Amrita. So let us see what's next. You can see a picture over here, and some children are playing in a jungle and their animals as well. So let's read now. Amrita's friends. Amrita would get up early every morning and greet her friends, the trees. So basically, when we all read Amrita's friends, we thought that she might be having friends like all us have. But this is something different. She woke up early in the morning and greeted her friends, and her friends were the trees. She would choose a special tree for the day. She would put her arms around the tree trunk and whisper to the tree, "Friend, you are strong and beautiful. You care for us. Thank you, tree. I love you very much. Give your strength to me also." Like Amrita, the other children also had their special trees. They would play for hours in the shade of the trees. So, we looked at this picture and we saw that many children are playing together with the trees as well as the animals. And then we read this. So, basically, in that particular village, people treated nature as God. So, Amrita used to get up early every morning and greet her friends, and her friends were the trees over there. She would choose a special tree every day, and she would put her arms around the tree and whisper that, friend, you are strong. That means she loved the tree so much that she would say to the tree that you are very strong and beautiful, and please give me strength also. And all the other children used to do the same. They used to choose their special trees, as we have best friends, and then they would do the same. They would play for hours in the shade of the trees. So this paragraph states the love for nature, the trees basically. And we know that this village is located in Jodhpur, Rajasthan. You can also try to find where Rajasthan is located in India's map. I will show you an image in which you can see that where the state of Rajasthan is located on India's map. Let's have a look at the picture. So you saw the picture and now you know that where is Rajasthan in particular in India's map. Now let's see this. Is there a place near your house, school, or along the roadside where trees have been planted? Yes, obviously we have such places in our school as well, in our surroundings as well. There's so many trees planted right alongside the roads. Now, why were they planted there? Because look, some of them naturally grow, okay? Now, some are planted to increase the greenery. Some are planted to increase the greenery. Greenery, some grow naturally. So basically, some of them grew by themselves, some were planted by man to enhance the beauty and other things. Now let's move and see what the chapter says next. Have you seen anyone taking care of the trees? Who does this? Okay, so have you ever seen that anyone take cares of the trees which are there? Who does this? Okay, so yeah, now let's see what the chapter says next. It is, have you seen anyone taking care of the trees? Who does this? No, I don't see anyone taking care of the trees. Yeah, if it's in the school compound, obviously the caretakers take care, but the natural trees which are on the roadside as well, they are not taken care of, but they grow naturally and keep on growing. Then have you seen fruits on any of the tree? Who eats these fruits? Yeah, in the nearby park, you obviously have fruits on the trees, and the people who go there, anyone can eat it, and many people try it also. So this is done. Then we have Lalita feels that grass and small plants growing near her school wall have not been planted by anyone. Do you know of any places where grass, small plants, or trees are growing on their own without being planted by anyone? Yes, obviously, like in the fields and everywhere, the grasses grow on their own and they're not planted by anyone, and they soon grow there on their own and then usually cover the whole area of the field. Now, why do you feel they are growing on their own? Because nobody has planted the grass over there. Like when they're plain fields, nobody goes and plants the grass over there, but gradually after some time the grass starts growing, and that's why we obviously feel that they grow on that they grow on. Yeah, so the next question is that why do you feel they are growing on their own? So basically I feel that they're growing on their own because no one plants them, right? No one plants them, right? They stay there always, so nobody has planted them. Nobody plants them, and so we feel that they are growing on their own. Okay, so let us see that if we have done all the questions or not. We have done this, we have done this. Let's see above also. We have done this also, we have done this also. Okay, we have covered all the questions. Now let's see what the chapter says next. Trees. Time went by. Amrita was now grown up. One day she went to greet her trees. She saw that there were some strangers in her village. They had excess with them. They said that the king had sent them to cut trees for wood. The wood was needed for building the king's palace. Now, these people had come from the king's palace because the king wanted wood to build his palace, and therefore they said that now they need to cut the trees because they need wood. And so basically Amrita was also grown up now, so as she went to greet her trees, she saw that all this was happening. Now let's see what was done next. Amrita was shocked. She went to the tree that the men were about to cut. She put her arms around the tree and hugged it tightly. Obviously, Amrita was very shocked because she loved the trees so much. So she went to the tree that the men were about to cut, and she put her arms around the tree and hugged it tightly. Basically, she surrounded the trees with her hands. Now the men shouted and threatened her, but Amrita did not let go of the tree. The king's men had to follow his order. They had to cut the tree. On seeing this, Amrita's daughters and hundreds of villagers, old and young, hugged the trees to protect them. Many people, including Amrita and her daughters, died to save the trees. So basically, Amrita loved the trees so much that she didn't let go of the tree. They shouted at him, they threatened her, but she didn't let go of the tree. Now the king's men had to follow his order, but seeing Amrita, even her daughters and hundreds of villagers, daughters as well as hundred of villagers, old and young, hugged the trees to protect them. And even many of them died to save the trees because they loved the trees so much that they hugged it tightly and they didn't let go of it at any cost. Now let's see what happened next. When the king heard of this, he could not believe that people gave up their life for trees. He visited the village himself. There he learned about villagers' respect for trees and animals. Now, when the king heard all this, he was very shocked that the villagers can give their life for trees. He decided to visit the village himself. And when he went there, he learned about the villagers' respect for trees and animals. He learned that the people of that village loved nature, loved animals, loved trees, and took good care of it. They always remembered that pay to harm. The king also learned the same decided to respect the trees and animals. Now, there are two questions over here. Let's read them. Do you remember what the elders of this village used to say? As just said, the elders of this village used to say, Ped hai to hum hai. That means the animals and plants can survive without us, but we cannot survive without them. Now, do you think we could survive if there were no trees and no animals? Discuss this in your class. No, we cannot survive if there were no trees and animals, because trees provide us oxygen, the basic needs we have in our life. Everything is provided by trees, so we cannot live without trees, we cannot survive without them, and thus we need to respect them. Now the next is the village is protected. The villagers' strong feeling for trees affected the king greatly. He ordered that from then on, no tree would be cut and no animal would be harmed in that area. Even today, almost 300 years later, the people of this area, called Bishnois, continue to protect plants and animals, even though in the middle of the desert, this area is green and animals roam freely without fear. So when the king saw the affection and love people had towards the trees, he was greatly pleased. He ordered that no trees would be cut and no animal would be harmed in that particular area. And because the village was protected, even now, that means 300 years later, the people of that village, we known as Bishnoi tribe, you'll read about it in higher classes. Even if that village lies in the desert area, it is still green and animals roam freely without fear. And we also learned the love for nature and the respect we should have for it by the people of Bishnoi community. Now let's see what the chapter says next. Do you remember that in class 3 you had made a tree your friend? How is your friend now? So basically, all of you must have remembered if you made a tree your friend, and please tell me about that. How is your friend now in the comment section? Now, why don't you make a new friend this year? Have you seen how your friends, the trees, change in some ways in different months of a year? Write about any one tree. So we will write about any one tree which I know and which is my friend, but this line, why don't you make a new friend this year? You should think upon it and try to make one more tree your friend this year. Take good care of it. Now let's see the questions. Does the tree have flower? Okay, my friend has flowers, so I'll write yes here. Do the flowers remain on the tree throughout the year? No, there's a specific time in the years where the flowers remain on the tree, not throughout the year. In which months do their leaves fall? December. Usually in winters, you will see that the leaves of the tree fall. So, yeah, the leaves of the tree fall in the month of December. Now, let's see what's next. Do fruits grow on the tree? Yes, they do. In which months do they grow? Yeah, that's a mango tree, so they grow in the month of May. Mango tree, okay? Have you eaten these fruits? Yes, I have, and they taste really good, I must say. So, sometime back, you have read in the newspapers or seen on TV how some film actors had to face legal action for hunting a black buck. Okay, I won't name the actor here, but all of us have heard it, right? So basically, as I said, that trees and animals and plants are something to be respected because they can survive without us, but we cannot survive without them. But still, when some people go for hunting and do such things, legal actions are now taken against them so that people get aware and don't do such things. Now let's discuss something which is given here. So the first is, why do people hunt? Okay, there are many reasons that why people hunt. Some of them are very foolish and they act for their own fun. They act for their fun. They basically go on hunting to enjoy themselves. Then animals of some skin are sold. Animal skin of some animals are sold at very high rate, so people go on hunting for that also. And then for bones also, many materials are made out of animals bones, and so these are the reasons for which people go for hunting. Now there are rules against hunting of some animals. People can be punished for hunting. Why do you think there is this punishment? Because look, we all know that there is punishment for hunting animals. Now why is this punishment? Because to protect the innocent animals. These animals are very innocent, they haven't done anything to harm us. Then why should human beings have the right to harm them or kill them? And that's why there is this punishment for the people who do hunting of animals. Now there's an activity to talk to your grandparents and find out that which birds did they see around them when they were of your age. Okay, usually when I ask my granny about it, she says that she saw cow, goat, buffalo, and many more. You can tell me about yours in the comment section. Now, have the number of some of these birds become less? Yes. As we were talking about extinct animals, there are some endangered animals also. We are not, which means that their numbers is becoming less, and they can become extinct. That is, they'll be over. We no more see them, and that would be very sad. So let's protect all the animals at our own place and as much we can do. Now, are there some birds or animals which they cannot see anymore? Yeah, there can be many animals which birds and animals which we don't see anymore. These are called extinct animals. I told you, EXTINCT. These are extinct. That means they are no more present on Earth now. So let's see what the chapter says next. Shanti's grandfather told her that when he was small, he saw more birds like sparrows and myna than he sees today. Can you make two guesses why their numbers have become less? Yes, because of the greed of human beings. This is the main reason, okay? The greed of human beings. We do hunting for our own benefit, and then the destruction of forests, which is called deforestation. Deforestation. Now, this word means cutting down of trees. So these two are the major reasons that why these numbers have become less. Now, the khejadi trees was the most common tree that grew in Amrita's village. Which kind of trees can you see a lot of in your area? Name two such trees. Okay. So usually we have mango trees. Mango trees are very common. And we have coconut trees as well. You can tell me which trees are common in your area in the comment section. Now find out more about these trees from your elders. Okay, we can find details about these trees in the from the elders, but I can tell you that mango trees are very good for the fruits, and the fruits are really very tasty. And the coconut has water inside it, which is very tasty as well. You can tell me about your trees also. So now here, this is the end of the chapter basically. The khejadi trees is found mainly in desert areas. It can grow without much water. Its bark is used for making medicines. People cook and eat its fruits, beans. Its wood is such that it will not be affected by insects. Animals in this area eat the leaves of the khejadi, and the children like you play in its shade. So basically, this stanza tells us the importance of the khejadi trees. Now,